Hello everybody, I hope that everybody is doing fine these days. In the context of the hydrogen strategy announcement, my communication team challenged me to try to sum up all the achievements of the fuel cell and hydrogen joint undertaking since 2008 in only 2 minutes. Let's start. FCH JU is a real success. We have 262 projects for an EU funding of 978 million euro, complemented by 1 billion euro from private sources and generating 900 million euro additional investments. We have 969 beneficiaries from 40 countries. 269 are SMEs, 425 from the industry, 226 are research organizations and 49 are public organizations. Over 92 EU regions and cities signed an MOU to learn and prepare plans for adopting hydrogen in their decarbonization strategies. 11 European regions offer project development assistance and a network of 35 regions set up to foster replication across Europe. The first hydrogen territory is Orkney Islands in Scotland. 30% of curtailed renewables is transformed there in hydrogen and used for power, heat and transport applications. We created the first European hydrogen valley in the northern Netherlands, and in the call 2020, 10 European islands expressed interest to decarbonize with hydrogen. Talking about hydrogen production, we successfully validated a 3.2 megawatt pressurized alkaline electrolyzer in an industrial bakery and a 20 megawatt in a chemical plant. Regarding PEM electrolyzers and electricity grid balancing services, we demonstrated a 1.3 megawatt unit for dynamic production of hydrogen, a 2.5 megawatt in a remote location in Norway, and a 6 megawatt in a steel plant and a 10 megawatt at a refinery. We built a 180 kilowatt reversible solid oxide electrolyzer at a steel mill in Germany, followed by a second generation system of 720 kilowatt, and next is a 2.6 megawatt solid oxide electrolyzer in a renewable biofuel refinery by 2022. Amazing progress has been achieved in all types, and as an example, alkaline electrolyzers are optimized for a highly dynamic operation with a hot start time of 2 seconds and an efficiency of 52 kilowatt hour per kilogram for a lifetime of 30 years. Talking about transport applications, over 2,000 light vehicles are under deployment, especially in captive fleets such as taxi, private hire and police services. More than 10 million kilometers are driven, consuming 80 tons of hydrogen at an average fuel consumption of 1.2 kilogram per 100 kilometer. A driving range of up to 594 kilometers and over 150,000 kilometers was traveled by one single car. We tested 9 different models. Over 300 buses are under deployment in 10 European cities. Today, a distance of 8 million kilometers has been accumulated with an average fuel consumption of 11 kg per 100 km. Next generation stacks will reach a volumetric energy density of 7.1 kW per liter and an energy density of 1.6 watt per square centimeter. Talking about hydrogen refueling infrastructure, 101 HRSs are under deployment in 10 European countries. 64 have already been deployed, of which 46 for cars, 12 for buses and 6 for material handling vehicles. 18,600 refueling operations were done, with 94% of the hydrogen produced with renewables. We created also an EU-wide HRS monitoring system. Talking about heat and power generation, over 2,000 fuel cells for heat and power generation are under deployment with a capex under 10,000 euro per kilowatt, achieved by some manufacturers, reporting average lifetime of 12 years with average durability of key components of 55,000 hours. From waste to energy, we installed a 120 kilowatt system at the wastewater treatment plant in Torino to supply up to 30% of the site's electricity consumption and 100% of the heat requirements. Greening industrial processes, we installed a 1 megawatt fuel cell system to run on excess hydrogen in Martinique at the refinery, and a 2 megawatt CHP power plant has been integrated into a chlor-alkali production plant using waste hydrogen. We demonstrated off-grid applications in several remote territories, as well as mobile hydrogen-driven generators for temporary events at a cost target of 5,500 euro per kilowatt and a stack durability of 10,000 hours. Next generations of stacks for energy applications reach an impressive 74% of electrical efficiency. Pre-normative research, safety and education. 3 EU labs were supported to analyze hydrogen purity according to international standards and to perform hydrogen fuel quality measurements. We established the EU Hydrogen Safety Panel, composed of 14 independent safety experts to promote hydrogen safety culture, and online education tools based on open source software were created to train the next generation of students, customers, and professionals. Thank you very much. Did I make it in 2 minutes?